you seen Star Wars?
It's been a while since I've done a review of a Star Wars book, but don't worry, I would try to make them a more routine thing on my channel, starting with the first book of a new era in Star Wars, The High Republic. This book is called Light of the Jedi. It's the first in the High Republic era, and it's written by Charles Soule. The book is unique in the sense that there is no specific character that is our main protagonist. There are multiple characters that we follow, Jedi and normal folk alike. The main conflict of the book is dealing with a great disaster that happens when a ship is in hyperspace and the Republic has to stop it from killing billions of people with, of course, the help of the Jedi. The book is broken up into 3 parts, and the first part is really fast-paced, and I would consider it a true page-turner in the sense of seeing what is going on and what's going to happen in the next scene or the next chapter, and every chapter begins with a countdown to impact, and it's the job of the Jedi to stop this impact. The second part is dealing with our new villains, the Nihil, while also dealing with the aftermath of this great disaster that happened with the Republic and the Jedi doing their best to figure out what happened and, more importantly, how. The third part of the book is really short and it deals with the big climax of the story. So let's get into my actual thoughts on the book. I truly believe this book did a lot of things right. The first part really kept me engaged and focused on what was happening. It felt fast-paced, so it was easy to get through the first part. Some people could get through it in the first night, I would argue. There are a lot of interesting characters in this book, and some that you can grow and enjoy, some maybe you don't, but it has a character for everyone, basically. A few of the main ones that are Jedi are one named Jedi Master Avar Kriss. She has a partner in crime named Elzar, and he's kind of like a man's man in the sense of he's apparently a very beautiful-looking guy. He acts like a normal dude. I mean, he's just a basic rundown guy. And Loden Greatstorm is with his apprentice Bell, as well as many others who are central to the story, and each Jedi has their own unique story and personality, so it's going to vary on who you find more relatable and more likable. Personally, my favorite is Loden. He is a Jedi Master with a yellow lightsaber at the cover of the book, the Twi'lek, and he is what I always envisioned a Jedi to act like. He's also a great teacher to Bell, his apprentice, and the relationship they have works very well in the book. It's not perfect. It's not something that I would relate to like Obi-Wan and Anakin, or maybe some other relationships that we've seen in the books or movies, but I really do like their dynamic. When it comes to the story of the book as well, I think it was very fun of a plot to explore. There's a new secret on how hyperspace works, and it hasn't really been explained in the book fully either. We're probably going to get more of that in the later books. Seeing how the Jedi and the Republic deal with this anomaly was a new perspective in Star Wars. One of the best things about this book and this new era is that it's not like the Star Wars movies, where the fate of the galaxy is at stake. You know, it's either we win or the entire galaxy is destroyed and being run by these authoritarian regimes. It's literally just the Jedi doing what they are supposed to do, keeping the peace and serving the galaxy in the best way possible, and it really works. The villains are also extremely important to get right when you're creating a new threat to the Jedi, because it's hard to rival the Jedi. And the Nihil surprised me. When I heard that they were more Viking-like in the terms of what they look and what they did, it seemed a little uninspired and made me wonder how they would even come close to being a threat to the Jedi or the Republic. But after reading this book, you see why and how they are such a threat for this era. It makes it very clear that these people are evil, ruthless savages that make distinctions of good and evil very clear. The Nihil are pure evil, and their leader, Marchion Ro, if I'm saying the name wrong, I'm sorry, he's very mysterious and cunning of a mastermind. I honestly think that the rise to power and the mystery behind them is not very complex, but it does make you want to see them fail, and you want to see them fall out of the power that they have, because they're pretty evil. I mean, this book is called The Light of the Jedi, but it's also really, really dark. There is so much death and destruction in this book, and if it was turned into a movie, it would easily be one of, if not the darkest Star Wars movie ever. Countless people are killed, and not just like random people, like, oh, the Death Star exploded and a lot of people died. No, there are characters that you spend a lot of time with, and their deaths are not some big grand moment. Some are just quick, some are brutal, and it really makes you wonder how this is an era of peace and prosperity when there's a lot of people that you don't necessarily care about. Some of them you do, I would imagine, but some of these people just die, and you're like, oh my god, like, he just, like, slaughtered that guy. I think the Nihil are probably great villains for the High Republic era, and there's a moment at the very end of this book. There's the epilogue, and then there's some scenes before it, too, and it really makes you see why they are so bad, and the complications that they have for the Jedi. And there's some explanations about the Jedi that did not work for me, you know, kind of working about their relationship with the Force. Wasn't a big deal, but it was kind of used as an explanation for plot holes in some of the Star Wars movies, mainly the prequels, and why the Jedi couldn't sense Palpatine right in front of them. But it's a very small thing, and it doesn't ruin anything, but if I could have taken that out of the book, I would have. This book was a great introduction into a new era of Star Wars. The High Republic does feel new, and it does feel exciting. The Jedi are doing exactly what we always imagined them to do. The villains worked for me, the Jedi worked for me, all these characters were unique and interesting and added a new perspective into the Star Wars canon. This made me more excited for this new era in Star Wars than I was before, and if you're wondering if you should skip or buy this book, I highly recommend you buy it, mainly if you're a die-hard Star Wars fan and you want to see where this new era goes. There are so many Easter eggs and references that would make you smile. There's a part where they mention the Great Sith War, which expands on what's happened in the past of the Star Wars canon, where you're like, okay, there was a war that the Jedi had with the Sith. I want to see that. I want to learn more about that. It's just laying breadcrumbs into something that could be even bigger in scope. So, go check this book out if you haven't already. I think it's going to be a good book for any diehard Star Wars fan. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, which I always do, I give Light of the Jedi a 9. It's an A- at best. It's not an A+. It's not a perfect book. It's by no means the perfect Star Wars book. But capturing my attention at the beginning, creating multiple new characters that I'm willing to invest in, and bringing in new villains that, unlike the Sith, I truly want to see be destroyed by any means necessary, it did a lot of things that were right in the story department. Light of the Jedi is a must-read if you are a die-hard Star Wars fan. But tell me your thoughts below. Have you read Light of the Jedi? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Would love to talk about it with everyone in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like or a comment because it does help out the channel. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all the latest Star Wars news. I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you, always.